What's up, your boy Vaughn, another reaction, and today's video we have WWE caught in huge lying scandal again by CJX525. Let me guess, they lying about sales, ticket sales.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy C-Jax back with another video, and today we are going to be making a vid that I made I think over a year ago or something like that, basically saying that WWE is full of lies and absolute trash. And I made another video I think a year and a half ago, maybe around a year ago as well, basically saying that WWE actively tries to brainwash its fans. A good example of this that I like to talk about is the fact that after Cody beat Roman for the WWE title at Mania 40, you guys remember when everyone on commentary was crying? And Michael Cole specifically is who I'm talking about here. Him and Corey Graves and Wade Barrett, they were all going around and basically saying that, Cody Rhodes was going to be a fighting champion, and he was going to be the opposite of Roman's reign. He was going to be there every week, fighting week in, week out, doing all this stuff. And Cody was there.
MJF is way better than Cody Rhodes. MJF is the best wrestler in the world right now. Entertainment, nigga hilarious. The nigga clips go viral on social media. Like the nigga was just on Julian Edelman podcast. I seen one of his TikTok clips, one of the clips on the podcast. The shit got 100K likes. Like the nigga, I ain't gonna lie, outside of WWE, he's the biggest star right now, MJF, and he's the best wrestler in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Every week, but he wasn't doing.
I wish C-Jack, you gotta make videos on AEW. Like I understand WWE is the main company, and AEW videos ain't gonna get you as much views as a WWE video. But bro, AEW is the way better company right now. And it's facts.
Anything. And even despite him not doing anything, and I think by the time he fought Cena at Mania 41, this guy had 9 or 10 title defenses.
That's why all these niggas rather make videos shitting on WWE and get views from it because it's WWE and they're gonna get views instead of making videos about AEW. WWE, the bigger show, the bigger company. So,
in nearly 400 days, but somehow he was a quote-unquote fighting champion is what they tried to tell us, right? A blatant lie, but fans will genuinely try and tell you that Cody Rhodes was a more of a fighting champion than Roman Reigns. Guys, Roman Reigns had 63 title defenses in
oh my gosh, bro. Imagine Roman Reigns versus MJF. Oh my gosh.
1,300 days. Cody had 10 title defenses in nearly 400 days. So if you do the averages, right? Let's do 400 times 3, that's around 1,200. Let's give him an extra 100 days. This dude was on pace for maybe 32 title defenses max. 32 title defenses, guys. And Roman gives you double that, and people are telling me that Roman is the part-timer who doesn't fight, but Cody Rhodes is a full-time champion. That's just one example of the massive lies. Another one was Gunther being a fighting champion in the Ring General, who had 7 title defenses in around 8 months as champion before he lost to Jey Uso last year at WrestleMania. This is the stuff I'm talking about. They will peddle the lies in your face. Triple Fraud tells you this is a brand new era. Welcome to a new era.
That nigga said that about 5 times. Let me guess, he gonna say that again after this WrestleMania?
You see what happens, and nothing is new. You've gotten the same repeat matches for 19 months. Example A, LA Knight fighting with Division since June of 2025, and he's still fighting with them in April of 2026. Example number 2, Cody Rhodes has come out and said the same promo for 2 years. I respect you. I love you. Kevin Owens, don't make a murder out of someone who wants to be a murder. Stop. It's the same promo. Example number 3. Roman Reigns, ladies and gentlemen, did absolutely nothing last year under Triple H's booking. This guy had the most meaningless and nonsensical storylines that I've ever seen for someone of that star caliber, besides some of the nonsense that Cena was doing, you know what I'm saying, before he became a part-timer in the 2010s. It is just absolutely insane. And it goes on and on and on, guys. We know how many rematches we've seen. Io and Rhea, right? Stephanie and Raquel Rodriguez, they've fought at least 5 or 6 times in the last, 6 months or whatever it's been, you know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous at this point. It doesn't stop. Rhea and Liv, bunch of rematches. You understand? Cody and Drew McIntyre, a bunch of rematches. But somehow this is a quote-unquote new era. You understand what I'm saying? And all this gets...
He gonna say it again. If they have Obafemi beat Brock and Trick Williams win the United States Championship, he gonna say the shit again. It's a new era.
It's worse when you see what just happened on Monday Night Raw and how gullible and how ridiculous that the fan base is. These fans, guys, actually believe that CM Punk was doing a quote-unquote shoot promo on Monday, calling out TKO and the ticket prices and saying Pat McAfee is, you know what I'm saying, trying to, butt his way into this business and has no business being here. And he tries to say that Roman Reigns was a failed, you know what I'm saying, a failed football star, which, by the way, Roman Reigns, the reason why he couldn't play football, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure this is accurate, you know what I'm saying, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but it's because they did a blood test on him, you know what I'm saying, because he was an athlete, and they find out about his blood cell count and, you know, the what's called, the issues with that, and how he actually ended up having leukemia. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the reason.
Again, look how big Roman is, nigga. Roman would have been fine in the field. Like, stop playing. Roman was nice at football.
Reason why I couldn't even continue to play football in the first place. But again, CM Punk doesn't probably know these things because CM Punk just goes out there and shouts into a microphone and fans will just consistently eat it up for absolutely zero reason in the slightest. And then you also move on to the rest of the promo. He calls out The Rock for being a former Hollywood star and say that Roman only got on Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel because he's, you know, he's paid, he's a bootlicker, all this other stuff. Guys, CM Punk has been on Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or whatever the talk show was he was on when he was WWE champion back in the day. Another issue we have here is that CM Punk is a
I
hypocrite.
ain't gonna lie, son. Look at some of old CM Punk fits from like the 2000s. Bro was fly as hell. He was putting that shit on. That was a nice fit.
Guys, when TKO was patting this guy's pockets the last few years, the first thing he said when he came back here was, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money. And they have paid him millions and millions and millions of dollars. And as John Cena said in his mini pipe bomb last summer, Cena says he's a freaking millionaire. And then Cena also says that, that CM Punk does not against TKO or anti-TKO. He is Mr. TKO. And that is absolutely facts. When TKO was patting this dude's pockets, giving him millions off of those inflated ticket prices and inflated prices for all the WWE merchandise and the opportunities and events you can go to as a fan, when they're inflating those prices and it's benefiting CM Punk is dead silent. Cody Rhodes, dead silent. Everybody, dead silent. But somehow, some way, because Cody Rhodes cut a libation promo 5 days ago, now all of a sudden,
Why they old the game? Let them niggas get their bread. Them niggas don't really. I'm probably sure these niggas don't give no fuck about wrestling. Like, they don't care how trash the company is. They probably don't even get no more. They just gave up on the creative.
CM Punk and everybody is anti-TKO, and WWE is at war with TKO. Triple H is against TKO. The WWE fan base is absolutely brainwashed for the most part. You're seeing it in front of your eyes, guys. People have
Yeah.
to
Oh my god, CM Punk just dropped a bombshell against TKO.
start becoming thinkers about what they're actually consuming. I understand that it's entertainment and that's great. You know, it's supposed to just entertain you, you know what I'm saying, tell a couple of stories and do all that stuff. But number one, the product has not been entertaining in a pretty long time, it feels like.
Yeah, I can't stand them niggas. Well, don't watch it then. Well, if you hate it, don't watch. Nobody's asking you to watch. Again, this product sucks.
It's been at least a couple years. Number two, they're not telling any good stories. That's another issue. And obviously, the biggest issue of them all is that they're blatantly lying to you. CM Punk comes out here and cuts a hypocrite promo. He literally called Triple H a doofus son-in-law, and then now he's working for him and taking pictures with him. You know what I'm saying? Doing his creative. He said that he hasn't seen Vince McMahon since he signed or whatever, or around the time he signed back a few years ago, but it just got revealed yesterday in the Triple H files, you know what I'm saying, with his text messages with with Nick Khan and about Vince McMahon and other people at TKO, and it's revealed that CM Punkinator was on a private jet or some type of plane with Vince McMahon. So again, Punk just lies to you guys to your face, and fans are calling
What?
jet or some type of plane with Vince McMahon.
Hold on, what year that was?
So that CM Punkinator was on a private and about just got revealed
Oh,
yesterday in the
2014.
Triple H files, you know what I'm saying, with his text messages with with Nick Khan and about Vince McMahon and other people at TKO, and it's revealed that CM Punkinator was on a private jet or some type of plane with Vince McMahon. So again, Punk just full of lies. Memorable and great segment. The one we got the other night, when you first see it, like I said in my review, it's a solid segment, but then the more you think about it, it only gets worse and worse and more stupid and hypocritical because it doesn't.
So this nigga CM Punk a fake non-ass kisser? I thought CM Punk can kiss ass and kiss the creative ass. See, Stone Cold was the only real one. F you. I still like CM Punk, but Stone Cold was the only one that really wasn't an ass kisser. When them niggas told him, "Oh, Brock gonna beat you," that nigga said, "Hell no, I'm not doing it."
Really make any sense. And on top of all
That
this,
nigga said there was no storyline. I was not about to let no Brock Lesnar beat me.
It only gets worse at this point. TKO has approved the fact that they're going to decrease ticket sales. They plan to decrease ticket sales in the what's called in the upcoming summer that we're about to have. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so TKO obviously had this plan for a few weeks. We already know they've thrown multiple sales for Mania 42 this year. We already know that they did the 25% off. They did like no what's called no extra fees. They just I think it was No Fee Friday was last week, right? And then they've done multiple other sales alongside that. So TKO has been decreasing ticket prices, and people are still not showing up. You don't even have 40K people showing up for night one, and you have a little bit more than 41K showing up for night two so far. The show's next weekend. So clearly, guys, it's not the ticket prices. They lowered them down by 25%, 30+%, all these other percentages. They've lowered the prices. They've done all of these things, and no one is showing up to this show. The reason why is because of the garbage creative from Triple Fraud, and the
Hmm.
superstars are not doing anything. It's as simple as that. Call it like
Niggas barely showing up. Nigga, I show speed showing up more than Roman Reigns.
it is. Stop letting WWE lie to you and tell you this absolute nonsense. You understand what I mean? Now, you guys who are watching this video, you know what I'm saying? You're probably not brainwashed because you are aware and understanding of the nonsense that's taking place in.
Yeah, I know this shit suck. You the only nigga I watch. You keep me up with the recaps. I don't watch this, and I have Netflix. I just see clips, like, and I watch Santi Zat clips, like.
Side of this product, so you're not going to fall for the garbage tricks that this company tries to pull. But this video is for the masses. The people who need to hear this video need to understand the fact that WWE is literally trying to lie to you on a consistent basis. They're trying to brainwash you. They're struggling to sell tickets, guys, because the creative is awful. The shows are awful. There are no storylines. There are no legitimate feuds that are exciting or hype. The Mania Night 1 and Night 2 cards for this year have been released, and you look at this Night 1 card, not one match has an engaging, exciting, or hype or well-built storyline in any of these matches, any of these 7 matches. And for Night 2, it's essentially the same thing. You can be hyped for maybe Punk and Roman and hyped for Brock and Oba. That's great. The card has 13 or 14 matches and you're hyped for 2 of them, and we're a week away from the show. Do you see the problem with that picture?
Gay, that's the only match. Gay, that's the only match I give a fuck. Roman Reigns and CM Punk. CM Punk is washed in the ring. I'm telling you, that match ain't gonna be that good. I just want to see probably Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams, and Oba Femi versus Brock. That's the most anticipated matchup. Brock versus Oba. Nigga, that should be the main event, nigga.
Guys, this is the issue here. It's not about TKO's ticket prices and all this nonsense. It's about the reality that we live in. And the reality that we live in is that TKO and WWE, they're both working coinciding with each other. Nick Khan said that Triple H is in lockstep with TKO. So why are we surprised when Pat McAfee is added into the storyline? It's not an Ari Emanuel call. It was a Triple H call that got confirmed. Maybe TKO proposed the idea. Even if I give you that, great. Why did Triple H bring him in and now the storyline sucks? At least make it good then. You understand? You can make all the excuses, guys. Let's say that TKO made a call for Rock to turn heel, which isn't true, obviously. If you go watch Unreal, it was Triple H's idea. But let's just say, for example, that TKO called The Rock in to turn heel and then leave afterwards. Why can't Triple H give John Cena a good heel run? He had 5 months and failed. So stop making excuses. We have to stop running through the mill of this guy, man. They're giving Triple H so much leeway, bro. These fans will literally suck up to this guy for zero reason. He hasn't proven anything. And with the Cody and CM Punk versus TKO war, guys, this is all a work. It's not legit. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk have been getting their pockets lined and padded by TKO for years at this point, making millions off this nonsense, making millions off of the inflated ticket prices that they're now quote-unquote complaining and going against, right? It's ridiculous at this point to even believe this nonsense from these guys. These guys are laughing as they cash their $15 million checks, laughing about the ticket prices. But now all of a sudden, you're supposed to believe that they care about it? They do not care. They accept the money. Cody Rhodes has been on his podcast with Nick Khan, and now he's going to be on Triple H's podcast tomorrow. He's going to have Triple H on his pod tomorrow. That should be pretty entertaining, right? A bunch of absolute glaze fest between those two. I'll probably make a video on that if there's anything notable in that interview as well. But Cody's been glazing Nick Khan
I respect you, Cody.
and Triple H and the whole regime and The Rock and everybody for years at this point, and Ari Emanuel and the money and everything and the record numbers. How many times has Cody and Triple H said, "Oh, we're in a record era. This is better than the Attitude Era. This is amazing. The record numbers, the record
No, the hell it ain't. It's not.
Gates, all this other stuff, and now all of a sudden they're against TKO and these fans believe it. This is why this stuff only works on today's WWE fan base. Nobody was falling for this back in the 2010s. You understand? They knew the pipe bomb was completely legit and they knew the product sucks. That's why many fans, millions of fans, walked away in droves from this product in the 2010s. They weren't buying this nonsense. And now fans, obviously, the viewership on SmackDown is decreasing. They just had a 1.5 million rating actually on last week's, which is pretty good for them. I think it's the highest they've gotten in a long time, but that's still like 500K below what they debuted with on USA Network in like late 2024 on their opening episode with Roman and Cody and a couple other people that were on there as well. So it's all an excuse at this point. Cody and Punk will say it's the best era. Things are so much better than they used to be. We make so much money. We do all this stuff. We record gate. We do all this stuff. And then all of a sudden now they're going to be quote unquote against it by cutting a work promo. And the fans will actually sit down and believe this stuff. It's dangerous. The reason why this video has to be made is because this stuff is dangerous, right? The masses have to be aware of this nonsense not being legitimate. And if they keep falling into this trap, WWE will continue to book bad storylines and then try and pivot out of it for the 19,000th time, and people will think it's all part of the show. It's just.
So when is TKO gonna fire Triple H? That's my question. When is this nigga gonna get fired? Like, why is this nigga still? When y'all gonna get rid of him, TKO? Like.
The funny thing is that even what Punk was saying about Roman Reigns, guys, you see what's funny here is that Roman Reigns is the only dude this year and in general over the last year and a half who's actually come out and called the WWE creative in the current state of the product mediocre at best. Okay, that's what he said in his interview with Pat McAfee before the Royal Rumble. He said that the product is mediocre and they're not adjusting. The money is great. He said, yeah, that's cool, but the actual product we're not doing great creatively. We have to keep up, he says, and he called it mediocre. And that is the only dude who called it out. No one else is saying anything. They're sitting back, taking their millions, taking their championships. Rhea Ripley's phoning it in with Jay Cargill, putting on one of the worst feuds ever, and nobody says anything. But somehow when Roman is the only dude who says anything, now Punk comes out and makes Roman look like he's the bad guy. This stuff is embarrassing. You have to key in on this stuff, guys, and be aware of what's happening here. That's why I have to call these things out. You know what I'm saying? We have to really break this stuff down and analyze the situation. Triple H officially goes on today, right? Or some interview he had, and he basically says that WrestleMania 40 was the first WrestleMania that he had full creative control under, okay? Trying to take credit for WrestleMania 40. Guys, who wrote the main storyline that was the reason why most of us were excited for Mania 40 with Rock, Roman, Cody, and Seth Rollins? Oh, that's right. The Rock took control. Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns had some influence. Cody had some influence, obviously. And The Rock's writer, Brian Gerwitz, helped make that storyline as epic and as amazing as it was. The Rock was on social media building that feud, cutting those amazing promos, you know what I'm saying? He was in that ring. Him and Roman were out there doing their promos, doing their thing, making things exciting. Codarius Rodington was a face that everyone wanted to root for. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really rooting for him that much. I didn't really care, you know what I mean? But anyways, Cody Rhodes was still being heavily rooted for. He was in his prime, you know what I'm saying, of his babyface run under the fact that he had a great heel to go against with The Rock and Roman Reigns. That's the situation, guys. It has nothing to do with Triple H, but he tries to take the credit for it. And that is the consistent thing that this company is trying to do. They're trying to take away the blame of Triple H and bring it onto other people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Ari Emanuel, right? Or, Pat McAfee or The Rock. And every single time that it's put on somebody else, it takes away the blame from who should be getting blamed, which is Triple H. And I have to go on a tangent about this because we have to really look at this, guys. In the last 2 years, let's say that Triple H's first PLE, for example, was Royal Rumble 2024. He had full creative control, great. Royal Rumble that year was mid. The Elimination Chamber was pretty bad in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Wake up at 5 a.m. to watch absolute nothing was ridiculous. Then after that, we had a slew of great Raws and great SmackDowns. I'll even give Triple H credit for that. Even though the main reason we were excited was because of Rock and Roman and Cody, we'll just go ahead and, we'll just go ahead and...
Again, why y'all niggas relying on Rock at his old age to carry this shit at his old age 5? Like, niggas still begging for the Rock, like...
Give him a pass. We'll just go ahead and say, hey, let's just say that WWE Triple H, they did that, okay? Then WrestleMania 40, I'll even give that to Triple H too. He did a great job, cool, amazing. Then we had a bunch of absolute nonsense, forgettable, and mediocre PLEs after that, and then SummerSlam was actually really good in my opinion. Then after that, we got nothing notable in my opinion the rest of the entire year. The rest of the entire year, guys. Then we had the Royal Rumble the next year. Jey Uso wins. It's a disappointment. People were not hyped that Charlotte Flair won. And the rest of the matches on the card, you probably don't even remember. Cody and KO was a a decent match, though, I'll give you that. Then the Elimination Chamber, I thought the Elimination Chamber last year was solid, okay? Then WrestleMania 41 and the build to it was awful. John Cena's heel turn afterwards was awful. It was a shock factor move. And it's been revealed in WWE Unreal how many times Triple H has booked strictly for the pop. AJ Lee, Brock Lesnar, Cena heel turn, Paul Heyman siding with Seth Rollins making no sense. All of this stuff is just cheap pops, shock factors, and heel turns. And
That's why they brought John Cena back.
throughout last year, I need you guys to show me the memorable or exciting or epic episodes of Raw that we got last year and the epic episodes of SmackDown. Where are they at? Where are the epic and amazing episodes of SmackDown and Raw we've gotten this year on the road to WrestleMania, guys? Where are they at? I've sat here and reviewed every single Raw and SmackDown we've gotten, and they're so bad. They've been so bad for so long. I'm watching the shows, I'm seeing it for myself, and I can't even name you the good shows. I'm sure there has been a few. You may be able to count them on one hand. You understand what I'm saying? In the last year, how many great, truly great Raws and SmackDowns we've gotten from top to bottom, you probably can count them on one hand, maybe two if you're being very nice. And that's it. The PLEs, you're charging 30 plus bucks on the ESPN service, and they're complete garbage and forgettable and bland. John Cena's retirement tour was a failure. Goon jobber, jobbed out Goldberg, Cena, and Styles, and is going nowhere, and just got a random Mania match given to him a week ago. It has all failed. He gave the ball to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is a 3-time WWE champion. Has main evented, I think, 4 WrestleManias now. I think it's going to be with this one. Well, how many has it been? 39, 40, if you want to count both nights. I don't. I think only the night 2 main event is a real one. But that year, they did have 2 marquee main events that actually mattered. So I'll give you that one. Mania 41 is the 4th one, and this year with a 5th one. Cody Rhodes is main eventing 5 WrestleManias, guys. And he literally, as early as this Mania season, is getting booed. He was getting booed in some of the segments with Drew McIntyre before he lost that belt, even some of them afterwards. It's a joke. This guy has gotten 3 WWE title reigns, main events, 5 manias, and he's getting booed. He's a failed babyface at this point. I can see how he was a success for a year or two, but right now it's failing. You understand what I mean? Overall, you can say the experiment worked out, which is good for you, good for Cody Rhodes. He did a great job reinventing himself. Congratulations to him. But right now, and for the last year and a half, he's been bland, boring, and nearly unwatchable. It's as simple as that. And then Gunther was another failed push. They let him retire 3 legends of the industry, and where has it gone? Where has it gone? To meaningless Mania matches where it just has to get forced on because he doesn't have a match on the card? That's what he's gotten, guys. Braun Breaker brought up. He was supposed to get a massive push. What's he done? You understand what I mean? It's the same thing. We need to refocus the actual blame in the criticism because unfortunately, even though I don't like the fact that Pat McAfee is with Randy Orton for this Mania feud, Patrick McAfee, guys, is saying facts to an extent on his show the other day when he said that the pro wrestling fans, right, and IWC, all that stuff, they're part of the reason, all right, a small part, in my opinion at least, as to why this product has gotten so bad because fans are giving carte blanche to WWE. They're letting them get away with lying. They're letting them get away with awful shows, price gouging fans, and disrespecting you to your face. What kind of boss, guys, in WWE can sit there and say, hey, you didn't like the show, quote unquote, after?
Yeah, it's a lot of tension, bro. I don't know. I think Triple H and TKO getting into it. It's a lot of tension. I don't know. I just hope this bald nigga get fired, bro. Like, get the nigga out of here, bro. He need to get sacked. Get sacked.
Who says that after booking a garbage show and scamming fans out of tens of thousands of dollars? You understand what I mean? Millions of dollars they made off of fans for these trash shows. And they're going to sit there and go like, oh, well, you know, if you don't like it, then F off then. What? Do you understand the problem with that picture? This is not good, and it's unacceptable. And the more that the fans let this stuff let WWE and Triple H get away with it, they'll start taking advantage of it, and they won't have an incentive to give you anything good. And that's why things have only gone downhill over the last year and a half. It's TKO, you can say, played a part in it with the ticket sales, cool. But the main reason, guys, why things are getting worse are because of triple fraud and the garbage creative. It's not because of Road Dogg. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. You know what I'm saying? It's not because of Road Dogg. It's because of the creative team. They suck. Road Dogg's gone and it still sucks. Road Dogg was there and it still sucked. So there's no excuses anymore. Triple Fraud has no idea how to build new stars. He has no idea how to make engaging week-to-week television. And he has zero idea how to make these PLEs good and zero idea how to build to a WrestleMania. And that's exactly why we're seeing what we're seeing, guys. The feuds that weren't named, that didn't involve Rock, Roman, Cody, and Seth, and Drew McIntyre leading into Mania 40, all the rest of those feuds, there were a few of them that I actually thought were decent. You understand what I mean? I thought Rhea and Becky was okay. You know what I'm saying? Reign was a pretty decent feud. I liked it. LA Knight and Styles was decent. Randy, KO, and Logan was actually really fun in my opinion. But everything else was pretty much just average level stuff or even worse than that. And that's not good. Then you follow it up the next year when you don't have Rock and Roman and, you know what I'm saying, Brian Gerwitz and all these people to bail you out. You know what I mean? You have Roman there, but you're not going to do anything good with him. You know what I'm saying? We can see that. That's why last year was trash. These dudes made a bad Mania. They made a bad Mania, built an awful show. And amidst all of this, now they're trying to tell us that, oh, well, you know, TKO, man, the ticket prices, man, you gotta stop with those ticket prices. Stop. It's a joke. It's an absolute sham. They're trying to divert attention away from who really deserves the blame, who is triple fraud, who will not take accountability. Every time things go wrong for this company, it's always the fans' fault, or it's someone else's fault, or it's that person's fault, or this person's fault. Accept the reality that we live in. The company is trash, and it's only going to go downhill even more under Triple H's regime. And if you don't understand that, you're just biased, and you have actively been brainwashed and lied to.
Nigga said his regime. He said that shit like he a dictator. His regime. And it technically is, bro.
By WWE.
Some niggas would say he worse than Kim Jong-un.
And with that being said, that's all I gotta say about this matter with this WWE lies and nonsense. I had to make this video because it's absolutely ridiculous seeing fans get debated into actually believing these lies that WWE is against TKO like you are. CM Punk is against TKO like we are. Cody Rhodes is against him like we are. Stop, okay? They're not against it. They're padding their checks. Now they're probably mad because the storyline's being interfered with Pat McAfee, but it's too late for that. Cody's been glazing these dudes for 2 years, so you can't turn around now and say, oh, I can't stand you guys, but you were standing them pretty good over the last few years, so don't give me that garbage. Anyways, let me know what you think about WWE brainwashing fans and lying to fans in the comment section below. And as always, have a phenomenal day. Peace out in one love.
Make sure to comment, subscribe, and all deuces. Brock Lesnar better not beat no damn Uber Finley. That's all I know.